of Daly. The query is up. Hill trying to turn it and does! Gordon Hill!
He didn't just play on the wing, he attacked from it. Before you saw the number on his back, you saw the blur of red and a left foot slicing through defenders like thunder in a bottle. Gordon Hill wasn't crafted in academies. He wasn't part of the system. He arrived with flair, with fire, and a refusal to do anything slowly except celebrate. He scored like a striker, dribbled like a dancer, and smiled like someone who knew he belonged at the top even when others tried to pull him down. For a moment, he was the electricity of Old Trafford, a winger with menace, a presence that couldn't be replaced. But then came the decision, not because of form, not because of age, but because football sometimes loses its memory too early. No banner, no testimonial, no place in the hall. But if you saw him, you remember. Subscribe if you still believe in honoring those who lit up the pitch and were shown the door before their fire burned out. Because Gordon Hill deserved more than silence. Gordon Alec Hill was born on April 1st, 1954 in Sunbury-on-Thames, Surrey, England. He didn't grow up in a football academy. He grew up fighting for a chance driven by street games, amateur pitches, and stubborn belief. As a teenager, he moved through lower-level clubs, Southall, Sloughtown, and Stainstown, where the pitches were muddy and the wages didn't exist. He had brief youth spells at Queen's Park Rangers and Southend United, but neither gave him a pro contract. Still, the fire didn't fade. Then in 1973, at 19 years old, Millwall finally gave him the break. A proper club, a proper shirt, and Gordon Hill didn't blink. Over the next 3 seasons, he made 91 league appearances, scored 22 goals, and lit up the Den like few wingers had before. He was quick, fearless, and unpredictable. The fans called him Merlin, a winger with wizard feet and a magician's timing. Then in 1975, Hill was loaned to Chicago Sting in the NASL, and in just 21 games, he scored 16 goals, becoming one of the league's standout stars. He was named to the NASL First Team All-Star 11, and America got its first taste of the magic. Back in England, one man took serious notice, Tommy Docherty, manager of Manchester United. And the next chapter was about to begin. By late 1975, the word was out. There was a left winger in London, quick feet, rocket shot, full of flair. Tommy Docherty had seen enough. He brought Gordon Hill to Manchester United in November 1975, signing him from Millwall for £70,000. When Hill walked into the Old Trafford boardroom, he forgot to ask one thing. I never even asked how much I'd be paid. I just wanted to play for United. He got his debut against Aston Villa. From the first whistle, the fans knew this wasn't just a new player, this was a new electricity. On one wing, Steve Coppell, fast and clinical. On the other, Gordon Hill, unpredictable and lethal. Together, they became one of the most thrilling wing duos in United's history. In 1975-76, he hit 10 goals in 33 games for United, 7 in 26 league. He didn't need time to adapt. He owned the shirt from day one. Old Trafford hadn't seen a winger like this in years. One minute he was hugging the touchline, the next he was curling one into the top corner. He was chaos, but he was brilliant. The fans didn't need convincing. They could already see it. Merlin had come to the theatre of dreams. By the start of the 1976 season, Gordon Hill wasn't just a fan favourite, he was becoming one of the most feared wingers in England. He didn't just beat defenders, he humiliated them. Step-overs, sudden cuts, left-foot thunderbolts, every touch brought a roar. In the 1975-76 FA Cup, he delivered his masterpiece in the semi-final against Derby County. 2 goals, one a blur, the other a blast. United into the final. But Wembley wasn't kind. They lost to Southampton, a second division side. A shock that still stings in the club's history. Hill didn't sulk. He came back even better. In 1976-77, he hit another level. He scored 19 goals that season again from the wing. Quick, creative, and ruthless. In the 1977 FA Cup final, United faced Liverpool, who were chasing the treble. This time there would be no slip-up. A 2-1 win. Wembley conquered. And Gordon Hill, though not on the score sheet, was crucial all tournament long. club top scorer, back-to-back, 1976-77, 22 in all competitions, 15 league, 1977-78, 19 in all competitions, 17 league. And yet behind the scenes, something was shifting. Manager Tommy Docherty, Hill's greatest supporter, was about to be shown the door, and Hill's world was about to turn upside down. 1977 should have been the start of a dynasty. FA Cup winners, momentum, a squad full of belief. But instead, it was the beginning of an exit. Just weeks after the Wembley triumph, Tommy Docherty was sacked, not for football, but for scandal. He had backed Gordon Hill, believed in him, built the team around him. His replacement? Dave Sexton, a tactical mind, but colder, more rigid. And Hill? He didn't fit in the plan. It didn't matter that he was the club's top scorer. It didn't matter that the fans adored him. Sexton wanted discipline over dynamism, structure over spark. In 1978, Gordon Hill was sold to Derby County for £250,000. The fans were stunned. How do you sell your top scorer at 24? No injuries, no dip in form. Just gone. At Derby, Hill gave his all 24 league games, 5 goals, but it never felt like home. A brief spell at Queen's Park Rangers followed, but by now, the flame of English football was slowly turning into a travelling torch. The man they called Merlin was about to take his magic abroad. And United, they lost more than a player. They lost a soul that made the stadium sing. When England turned its back, Gordon Hill didn't whine. He just kept moving, boots laced, passport ready, fire still burning. His first stop? The North American Soccer League, where old legends went to retire. But Hill? He went to dominate. From 81 to 82, he was with the Montreal Manic, NASL and Indoor. 82 brought a move to the Chicago Sting, NASL and Indoor. Then in 83, he hit the boards with the San Jose Earthquakes before a mid-season trade to the New York Arrows. That summer, he joined Inter Montreal, CPSL, then smashed 50 goals for the Kansas City Comets in 83 to 84, finishing in 84 to 85 with the Tacoma Stars. He brought Premier League level flair to plastic pitches in stadiums where fans were still learning the offside rule. Then came indoor football, a different beast. Smaller pitches, faster tempo, tighter spaces. And guess what? He thrived. Kansas City Comets, 50 goals in the major indoor soccer league New York Arrows, Tacoma Stars anywhere, there was a ball and a crowd, Hill made magic. But he wasn't done with Europe. In 1983, he signed for FC Twente in the Netherlands, 19 games, 4 goals. Then a short stint with HJK Helsinki in Finland, 2 games, 2 goals. Even there at the edge of the football map, he found the net. From London to Helsinki, Gordon Hill carried the same weapon, that left foot and the refusal to be forgotten. He didn't wear one shirt for long, but every pitch he stepped on remembered his name. By the mid-80s, Gordon Hill's playing days were winding down, but his purpose was just beginning. In 1991, he became player-manager of the Nova Scotia Clippers in Canada's top league. 15 appearances, 4 goals, even in his late 30s still delivering. He later returned to non-league football in England, playing for clubs like Stafford Rangers, Radcliffe Borough, and Northwich Victoria. Not for glory, not for money, just because he loved the game. Then came coaching. He managed Chester City briefly in 2001 and Hyde United in 2002. But it wasn't the dugout that defined him, it was grassroots football. Gordon Hill eventually settled in Seattle, USA, and founded United Sports, a coaching organization that trained hundreds of young players. He taught them his football, direct, daring, fearless, joyful. He built a bridge from Old Trafford to Washington State, bringing Manchester-style football to kids who never saw him play. Even now, he returns to England with his youth teams, visiting the club he once lit up. He still loves Manchester United, still watches from the stands when he can. No statue, no banner, but in the eyes of the kids he's coached, he's a legend. For all he gave, there's no Hall of Fame plaque, no statue outside Old Trafford, no banner in the Stretford End, no testimonial, no club tribute night. not even a seat. In 2024, Hill said he was being relocated from his longtime seat at Old Trafford. Decades of loyalty and still no recognition. But here's the truth. You don't need honors to be unforgettable. Ask the fans who saw him dance down the wing in '76. Ask the kids he coaches in Seattle. Ask the defenders who still flinch when they hear his name. He didn't chase cameras, didn't build a brand, didn't complain. I forgot to ask how much I'd get paid. I just wanted to wear the shirt. That's who he was. A footballer who played because he loved it. A man who gave his soul to the game and asked for nothing in return. No statue? Then let the stories be his monument. Let memory be the marble. Because some legends aren't sculpted in bronze, they're etched in hearts. Not every legend ends with a trophy. Some just leave a trail of brilliance behind and never ask for anything back. Gordon Hill didn't play the game to be remembered. He played because it was his life. And between 1975 and 1978, he set Old Trafford on fire with nothing but a left foot and pure instinct. There were no tricks, no branding, no campaigns to keep him famous. Just magic, just movement, just goals that made people gasp and then disappear into the wind. Today, he's 71 years old. He lives in Seattle in the United States. He still coaches young footballers, kids who've never seen his highlight reels, but listen to every word like it's gospel. Because when Merlin speaks, they know it's real. He teaches them the game the way he played it, direct, fearless, joyful. He shows them what it means to wear the shirt with pride, and without ever saying it, he proves that legacy isn't about banners. It's about what you leave in others. There's no statue of Gordon Hill, but in a training session in Washington on a quiet afternoon, his spirit still flies down the wing. And if football ever decides to honor the ones who changed the game, who gave everything and vanished without complaint, then Gordon Hill should be first in line. If this man means something to you, subscribe now. Because Gordon Hill wasn't forgotten. He's just been waiting for football to catch up.